agus náta grasa bhanúing an éad a hóst chun críthe. Anas go rúis tá sófar bhfuil a bhríthir agus go ní fasta agus go sé a crít nófarí a Christar Gianna. Directly we see our actions by the holy inspirations and carry them on by their gracious assistance. That every word and work of ours may always begin from thee and by thee, be happily ended through Christ our Lord. Amen. Sorry, Dick. Before I call on Taoiseach, just a few announcements to make. Before proceeding with the business of the House, I wish to announce for the information of the House that I received a letter of resignation from Deputy Sean Arda on Friday the 28th of January 2011 as a member of Dáil Eireann for the constituency of Dublin South Central, and in accordance with provisions of Standing Order 169, the resignation took effect from that day. Message from Enda Eireann. Enda Eireann has accepted the Finance Bill 2011 without recommendation. It is understood
and the democratic process. All parties bear responsibility to be honest with the people about the solutions they propose to continue us on the pathway to recovery. And we all have a duty to give confidence to the people and not talk Ireland down for short-term political gain. This is especially so, as there are still plenty of reasons for confidence in Ireland's future, our potential, and what we can achieve over the coming years. Ireland's economy retains very significant strengths. We are the 5th best country in the world as measured by the United Nations Human Development Index, which ranks 169 nations in terms of health, education and income as a composite measure. We have the highest proportion of graduates in the European Union among the 25 to 34 age group. Our exports are performing better than ever. US investment in Ireland is now greater than what they've invested in Brazil, Russia, India and China combined. Ireland's stock of direct inward investment is 5 times greater than the OECD average. Our competitiveness has significantly improved. We have clusters of the world's leading multinational companies, including household names such as IBM and Google and eBay and Intel and Facebook. And Ireland is consistently in the world's top 10 places in which to open a business and to start a business and to grow one. Our investment in science and technology and innovation is increasing productivity across the economy and in our own companies at home, helping to create the jobs of the future. These are just a few reasons why the real Irish economy, which is an open, flexible trading economy, will prosper in the future if responsible policies continue to be pursued. Peace on this island is another foundation upon which we can and must build. The achievement of peace in Ireland has always been a collective, cross-party endeavour in this House. Peace is priceless, and we must continue to work collectively to protect it. The institutions of the Good Friday Agreement, established by all of the people of this island in 1998, are now working as people intended. The successful conclusion of the Hillsborough Agreement on the devolution of policing and justice, which I was proud to play my part in negotiating, ably assisted on our government side by Fianna Fáil's new party leader Micheál Martin, ensured that we will now see the longest ever unbroken period of power-sharing government in Northern Ireland when the Assembly elections are called in May of this year. I have always said that the genius of the Good Friday Agreement is that we agreed as a people to go on a journey together without predetermining the destination in advance. We must continue to take that journey together in the new and renewed spirit of friendship, reconciliation and respect that is the essence of the Good Friday Agreement. Imbued with that spirit, I believe that the forthcoming decade of centenary anniversaries will be a time of reflection and renewal across this island. A time not for dwelling on a divisive internecine past, but a time for shaping a better future with deepening political cooperation across all major policy areas to our mutual benefit on this island. Today is not a day for me to list achievements or engage in contentious debate. But I do want to simply say that while the past 2.5 years since I was elected Taoiseach have been a time of great trial and test, I believe we have worked hard to correct past failures and to secure the future recovery of our country. I know some of the decisions my government had to take were not popular, but they had to be taken. In making judgment, people should remember sometimes that it is not just the content of policy that defines a political decision, but its context too. And more than anything, it is the motivation that inspired that decision. I believe politics is about serving the interests of the people first and last. That was my motivation starting out in public life, and I stayed true to it right to the end. In every decision I took as Taoiseach, I can honestly say the common good was my overriding concern, and loyalty to this country and its people informed every choice I made. I want to quote the wise words of a man I came to know through his friendship with my late uncle on Tahar Andrew. I refer to the poet and philosopher John O'Donoghue, whose book Benedictus contains a poem called For a Leader. I commend it to all in the House, and particularly to those who will be in positions of leadership in the 31st Dáil. May you have the grace and wisdom to act kindly, learning to distinguish between what is personal and what is not. May you be hospitable to criticism. May you never put yourself at the centre of things. May you act not from arrogance, but out of service. May you work on yourself, building up and refining the ways of your mind. May those who work for you know you see and respect them. May you learn to cultivate the art of presence in order to engage with those who meet you. May you have a mind that loves frontiers so that you can evoke the bright fields that lie beyond the view of the regular eye. May you have good friends to mirror your blind spots. May leadership be for you a true adventure of growth. Ceann Comhairle, Dáil Eireann lá titan an ihe. Ceann Comhairle, I wish to inform the House, as a matter of courtesy, that I will proceed presently to Aras and Uachtarain to advise the President, pursuant to Article 13 of the Constitution, to dissolve Dáil Eireann and to summon the incoming Dáil to meet at 12 midday on Wednesday, the 9th of March 2011. As we have witnessed on our TV screens in recent weeks, there are people in many countries across the world who still fight for the opportunity to cast their ballot in a democratic election. So I hope the electorate will use the opportunity to cast their vote in the forthcoming general election here. I wish those members of the House who are not seeking re-election a very happy and healthy future. I wish all other members well in their endeavours to return to this House. Gnairi liv galéir I bhur nírachtaí. Agus ditse a Ceann Comhairle, ma bheas agus ma bheannacht. Mar Uckle Square ó Fionn Raftery an Fille. Anis teacht an airg beag an lá ag dul chun síne. Is taréis na féile bríde ar dóigh mé mo cheol gur maith.
I now call on Deputy Enda Kenny. The intention being that we will call the leaders of all the various parties in the House for a briefing at this point.
I'm glad you're calling all the leaders. It's important that they all debate in the situation like this. I welcome the Taoiseach's confirmation that the people of Ireland will finally get to choose a new team and a new direction for our country to get Ireland working again. Tá gachtain mar dúirt a Taoiseach ar éis seo lá eile bríde. Chasan an tíide, chasan an bhliain, tugtar isteach spéis nua agus batha nua. And as it does, Fine Gael want to bring that same new hope, new possibility and new life to government, to our people and to our country. On a personal level, Taoiseach, I want to wish you, your wife Mary, and your daughters Sinead and Maeve well as you retire from this House. I might say to you that I sat beside little Maeve last year at the Kilmainham National Celebration. And when you came in with the Guard of Honour, I said to her, "Who is that man?" She said, "That's my daddy." And rightly so, you have one strong supporter there. I also want to say this, Taoiseach, that despite strongly disagreeing with many of your government policies that you and your party have pursued, I have no doubt about your personal integrity as a person or as a politician. Well, Aontaithe Taoiseach asach den méide taráte go fi dóibh siúd atá Aras an Dáil seo, agus nach mé ina hasú ríis mar hachtaí dála. Is tócha gur fíor ará, gur thug siad, agus gur rinne siad. An rud is fearr dóibh siúd asach den seirbhíse thug siad go na Dáil ceantrachaí, hartfud agus trasna chuile fáirtí políochta. And as the Taoiseach retires, having led in what many people's estimation has been the worst government in living memory, displaying serious political misjudgment, it will be for his colleagues in the Fianna Fáil party to be accountable for their collective governance of this country over the last 13 and a half years. None of them will be able to dodge their responsibility for driving Ireland into the arms of the IMF. I have listened to the people of our country these past few years. I understand the depth of anger felt by people all over the country. People who have lost their jobs, people who have lost their home, people who have lost their loved ones to emigration. But that anger, real and proper as it is, will not get Ireland working again. That's why in this election, we offer people the chance to turn that anger into action. We say, please come and work with us. Come and vote for us because we've got a plan to get Ireland working. It's been worked on for the last 3 years. It's sensible, it's realistic, it's credible to get people working, to get systems working, to get government working. Right now, public Ireland is not working. In personal and in private Ireland, if they're lucky enough to still have a job, people are working harder than ever, putting in the grind and coming up with their plans. Have our entrepreneurs run out of ideas? No, they haven't. They're full of them, more brilliant than ever. Our young people are more eager than ever to live and work in their own country. The trouble is that while our ministers now have to double job, or in some cases treble job, government just isn't working. The systems that people depend on are not working. Or if they are not working as well as they should be in the people's interest. With our plan to get Ireland working, we will change that. Our plan gives clarity, credibility and light to what will be a difficult journey to a better future ahead. The first important point is to protect and create jobs, because jobs and opportunity are the best chance of keeping our best asset, our young people, at home. We plan to create 20,000 new jobs a year over the next 4 years by cutting employers' PRSI, by creating a welfare system that encourages work, by investing an extra €7 billion from state pension funds and from the sale of strategic state assets into developing critical infrastructure that will make our economy really competitive for the future. In doing so, we will, by 2016, make Ireland the best small country in the world in which to do business. Secondly, to introduce fairer budgets and to keep taxes low. We will fix Ireland's budget deficit by prioritising cutting over waste and over raising taxes. Because I know that high taxes kill jobs. We will keep taxes, particularly income taxes, down. No country has ever taxed its way to economic recovery. Thirdly, we will change and create a completely new health system. Thanks to Micheál Martin's creation of the HSE, €17 billion a year is currently spent on a health system that does not work in the way that it should. That's going to stop. Our Fair Care plan, modelled on the reformed and proven Dutch health service, will cut waiting lists and end apartheid in our health service. With universal health insurance, we will offer equal access to everybody, once and for all. There will be more and better community care, meaning fewer hospital stays. Fewer hospital patients mean lower hospital costs for the taxpayer. A fourth point is a smaller and better governments with the people's money spent wisely on vital public services. By streamlining systems, by cutting red tape, by abolishing quangos, we will reduce public service costs by €5 billion. In making that system more efficient, we will protect the essential services provided by teachers, nurses, doctors, Gardaí and local government workers. Any redundancies in that package will be voluntary. Fifthly, a political system that achieves more and costs less, with government leading by example. We will cut the number of politicians by over a third. We will impose a ceiling on higher public service salaries. We will introduce carpooling for ministers. We will ensure proper accountability for decisions. A single-chamber parliamentary system with powerful Dáil committees will hold ministers to greater account. With our plan, when cuts are needed, they start at the top. Whereas accountability needed, it starts at the top. When sacrifice is needed, it starts at the top. Not with the blind, or the carers, or the poor. That's example. Because if people give us the most precious possessions that they have, their trust and their vote, then we will have a duty to respond in kind. And with our plan, we will replace old government cynicism with new government compassion. We will replace old government indifference with new government insight. We will replace the old dysfunction and the disorder at the heart of government with a government that holds the hearts and the needs of the people within its own. Government that will show understanding of the fragile and the shattered lives of many thousands of people out there for whom politics has not worked. What the people need is reassurance that politics can and does work. What people need now is for leadership to point the direction and the steps to a new future where there will be a quality of personal and working lives. I know that I can offer them that. What they don't want is more of the same cliches, more of the banal, the reported and the tired. You'll be back to defend this, I'm sure. That's why leadership in politics is now more critical than ever. The fundamental job of a politician is to find solutions and to make decisions in the best interest of the people. I know what it takes to revive a disillusioned and demotivated political force and rebuild it to a point where it can legitimately challenge for the trust of the people. I know the grind and the relentless commitment required to see it through. That's why I will offer my party and myself to rebuild our country and provide a quality future for all our people. No incoming government elected by the people has ever faced the scale of the economic challenge now facing our country. We have strong and powerful friends in Europe and beyond, and we need them. But it is for us to face this crisis in the first instance. Our time is analogous to that of the first government of the state. That government built a new young country from the ruins of a country. The next government will have to build a new future from the ruins of our economy. My words to the Irish people are clear. I am prepared to offer the people strong and courageous and fair government that will implement the proper plan to rectify our problems. I know that the people now have the influence and the power to determine our country's future. I am happy indeed to have my plans and my party put our plans before the people to have them decided upon. I know that I can deliver on what I say I will do and will ask for their mandate to deliver on our plan to get working. Agus mar a dúirt Taoiseach San rud a dúirt sé faoi raftarí an fille be ceartó leanúin siráig leis ó churma me cheanna ní stoppi me chuige go seaasa mé síos i lá chunda bhío.